Good morning, my stamping friends. I am Brenda Hillard. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I can be found at createwithbrenda.com. So, exciting news from Stampin' Up! Tomorrow is free shipping, one day only on orders over $75. You can order stuff from the annual catalog, from the last chance list, and also from the, I don't have it down here, but what was it? July through December mini, JD Mini 2022. So lots of stuff available to order for free shipping. As I shared in a previous video, when there's free shipping, I love to stock up on my adhesives, on my cardstocks, card bases, envelopes, all of that good stuff. So be sure to check it out and take advantage of the free shipping. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'm always available to answer your questions. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this up here so you have a visual. Tomorrow only, Thursday, December 15th. Free shipping. You can get all the details at Create with Brenda. Be sure to add my December host code so that you qualify for my host gift, and it'll just be a win-win all the way around. So I'll get rid of that. And let's move down to my workstation and I'll show you what I've got for you today. Today's card is going to be using products from the annual catalog. And there's going to be a couple little sneak peeks of stuff from the new catalog. It's the January through April mini that starts on January 5th. So if you do not have that mini catalog and you do not have a current demonstrator, I would love to send one out to you. So down below, in the More section of my video, I will have a link that you can request a catalog, and I'd be happy to send it out. Okay, so here's what I've got going on. I want to show you in the catalog. On pages 90 and 91 in the annual catalog, it is called the Sun Prince Suite Collection. This is a beautiful, beautiful collection of products, and it includes the Designer Series paper, the Nature's Prints bundle, and I'll show you these dies in just a minute. Remember, bundles save you 10%, so order the stamp set and the dies, and there's one number that you want to use right here for the bundle. Don't order the stamps and the dies separately. It's also the distinctive stamping, which you'll see here in just a few minutes. Okay, so there we have it. It also includes the Fern 3D embossing folder. However, I am not going to be using that on today's project. The other thing I'm going to be using is my trusty dusty sentiment set, which is the Peaceful Moments. I love, love, love this stamp set, and we'll be using With Deepest Sympathy on this one. Okay, there's that. So is what I have for the project is Nature's Prints, the dies. This die, you guys, is amazing, and we will be using it today. You'll be able to see what it looks like. We're going to be using this label tag. We're going to be using this flower, and then the fern leaf, and then these three little, I'll just call them sprigs for lack of better terms, okay? But there's 11 dies in this set. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think you'll agree once you see our card. So let's bring in my card, which is way over here. And is what I did is I did a little bit of casing out of the catalog. Let me bring this back in so you can see. So as what I looked at was this card right here in the catalog and decided I'm going to make something similar to that. And I participate in a demonstrator swap with a bunch of gals. I guess most of them are in Minnesota, but yeah, so this was the card I did for this month's swap with that group. Let's start. What I have is a standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Match up my edges. Give my card a nice crisp crease. I have a piece of, so this is the Sun Prints Designer Series paper. And if you haven't laid eyes on this, it's gorgeous. So you'll want to check it out. But I've used this piece of paper right here along with this print. Okay? So I have a piece that measures, and I want to give you the right measurements, and I will post them below. It's 4 by 5 1/4. Isn't that pretty on that side too? But we're going to be using this gray granite piece. And then this piece of Designer Series paper, which is the stripes, and this one measures 2 inches by 4 inches. I have die cut these out already, but I have the label, and again, that was from the Natural Prints dies. I have the wreath die that I showed you, and I had cut that out already. I should probably do something like this so you're getting an idea of what I've got going on here. So with basic white, I simply die cut this piece. I die cut this piece, and I stamped this piece using Sahara sand, the fern, and then I die cut that. This set is amazing. There's like dies for all of these, and so if you want to do that collage, or that, I shouldn't say collage, but arrangement look, it's very easy to do. All right, and then I guess I need to do one of these flowers. I thought I had everything pre-die cut, but I don't. And then I have a bunch of those little sprigs that I cut out ahead of time using Saffron. So let's grab our scrap of basic white, and we're going to be using Saffron ink. I am going to ink this up really well, and then I'm just going to stamp it. And while I have that, we have just a regular medium envelope. And you know me, I hate naked envelopes, no naked envelopes. So I'm going to take this flower, and I'm just going to stamp it on the flap of my envelope, and then that will help bring our project together. So while I'm here, I'm going to bring in the Sahara sand, and I'm going to ink up my fern, and I'm just going to stamp that right here. Okay. So as what I found worked best with this, and like I said, I did it for a swap, so I used a lot of, or I die cut a lot of those. So I just want to bring in my mini, and you guys, next month when you join my team, you will have the opportunity to get a free mini stamp and cut and emboss when you purchase the starter kit. And guess what? It's not just white like mine. It is a new in color called Boho Blue. It's beautiful. I haven't actually seen it because it's being a little bit putsy getting here, but it's on its way, they say. So yeah, there we go. Now, when I die cut two things like this on my mini, I like to use just some of this Post-it note tape to hold my dies in place. And I get this about anywhere. You can get it at the office supply. You can get it Amazon. It's awesome. All right, let's cut these out. Oops, where goes my... All right, so now we've got this. If you don't have a mini, you might consider getting a mini because they are really, really handy. Okay, so I'm just going to lift these off and carefully remove my die cuts. And if you just push them out the back, it works pretty well. That tape stays right on your die, and you can reuse it again if you'd like. Okay, so let's get to it. I want a little piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to take my designer series paper here and using, check it out, isn't it cute? I don't know if you can tell the difference right now, but let me see if I have a regular size one right here. So this is the full size. Look at the small blending brushes are coming in the new catalog. They're so nice. All right, and I think if you look back on yesterday's video that I posted, you'll see that I did a blending technique using the new stencils with the little brushes, and they're just so cute. All right, so Orchid Oasis, and I'm just going to pick up some ink. I'm going to start off from my designer series paper. I want it pretty dark at the bottom, and then I just want to keep adding color on my designer series paper. I think this is such a pretty look, and I don't know that I've ever really done this before, but it added some really nice color to my card, as you can see right here, the dark, and then it gets lighter as it goes up, and then the white at the very top. So let's bring in our card base, and we are going to take our stamp and seal and just adhere this to the front of our card, like so. Okay, then I'm going to take our piece that we just blended the Orchid Oasis color onto, and I'm going to put that right in the center, making sure that I have put the darker of the blended edges at the bottom. Now here is that beautiful wreath I was telling you about. Can you see all the detail on there with the lines? And I don't know, I just think it's beautiful. But is what I did to attach this, because there's going to be other things going over the top of it to hold it in place. I just took my liquid glue and I added just some random dots on some of the bigger leaves. Flip it over and just lay it down. Simple as that. And then for the next step, I took our die cut fern. I'm just going to add some seal to that. And you know what? That isn't how I got this all together now that I think about it. So I've got my label here, and I've got my sentiment from my all-time favorite sentiment set, which is the Peaceful Moments. I'm going to ink it up with Orchid Oasis, and I'm just going to stamp it right down on my label. It's a little bit crooked. Oh well, I think I might have another one right here. Let's see, where did it go? There it is. That one's kind of crooked too. Let's just, because you know, a little bit type A over here, let's try doing this. Let's go this way. We'll stamp it. Now let's bring in our label. Oh, isn't this so much easier? Yes. A little bit of our post-it tape. Put that right here. Close our ink so that we don't have to redo something else. Bring in the mini. We've got platform 1, cutting plate number 2. Remember on the mini to stagger your plates. It just makes pushing it through the machine or rolling it through the machine so much easier. Alright, we'll just run this through. And voila, it's not crooked. So much easier than having to redo, right? Alright, so there's our sentiment. Just going to grab a couple. Actually, I'll do 3 dimensionals. Just going to lift off the backings, and we'll put this on our card right down here near the bottom. And now this is where I added the Stampin' Seal to the back of our fern leaf here, and I set it in. Next, I took the leaf or the flower that we stamped with Saffron, and I added just 1 dimensional to the top part of the flower, like so. And I added that right here. You see how this curve is on the flower? It kind of fits the curve on the top of our sentiment there. And then I added some liquid glue, just some small dots to our little fronds, and I slid those right in and under, and I used 3 of those on each card. add some liquid glue. I had this one sticking out quite a ways down below because I wanted to pull that So Saffron color into our arrangement here. And then one more. Right down here. Okay, so I showed you one new tool from the new catalog, and that's the small blending brush. How fun are those? Now, check this out. This is the new embellishments, the Dragonfly Trinkets. They're super shiny and very, very detailed. I'm going to add a glue dot to the back of the dragonfly, and I love having dragonflies on my sympathy cards. I just think that they are so pretty, and this was just the right amount of shiny to add to my card. So you guys, I hope you're going to check out this Nature's Prints collection. It is really, truly an amazing collection of products. It's in the annual catalog, and if you order it tomorrow, you get free shipping. Yay! So, until next time, bye for now.